Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we have some NBA free agency news as Pat Connaughton will not be a free agent as he is exercising his $9.4 million player option to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks, the team he has played his last 7 seasons with, and a very smart decision by him, by the way. Pat Connaughton is a very good, solid player who definitely played less this year than he has any season with the Milwaukee Bucks. Only 14 minutes per game in 41 games, averaged 5.3 points per game, and it was 4.3 points per game before he dropped 43 points in a overtime win against the Detroit Pistons in the final game of the season. He started that game, was the only game he started in all season, and the only main player for the Bucks that was playing in that game was Kyle Kuzma. Of course, Lillard was injured. Giannis was resting. There was no Brook Lopez. There's no Kevin Porter Jr. The Bucks were resting their main players going into the postseason, and Pat Connaughton got the chance, and he dropped 43 points with 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in 44 minutes, shooting 16 for 29 and 5 for 12 and 3. So in that helped his averages go up to 5.3 points per game. It was 4.3 points per game before that game, but I know it was a tough year for him, but he didn't play a lot. You look at the 2023-24 season, 76 games, 3 starts, 22 minutes per game, 43% from the floor, 35% from 3, 6 points per game, 3 rebounds per game. He's had some other better seasons with the Bucks, like 2022-23 season, he averaged 8 and 5, and shot a total of 34% from 3 that year, and 39% from the floor. 2021-22 season was one of his best years. 65 games, 19 starts, shot 45% from the floor, 40% from 3, 10 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. So it's he's just been one of the most longer longer tenured Milwaukee Bucks outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now that Chris Middleton is gone, the next and now that Brook Lopez is about to leave, outside of Giannis, there's no other Milwaukee Bucks player that has been on the team longer than Pat Connaughton. Outside of Giannis, next to Giannis, Pat is right there with Giannis as the longest tenured Bucks player. That could change if the Bucks potentially look to trade him this offseason. We have heard that the Bucks could be aggressive to try to make trades this offseason to bring more help next to Giannis, with Damian Lillard missing a good chunk of next season. But I think for Pat Connaughton, this was a very smart decision for him. I mean, is he a great player? In my opinion, yes. He's a very solid player. He's a guy that I think could go get maybe $4, $5, $6 million potentially in free agency. Now that players are getting paid a lot more money than they were a couple years ago. Role players make good money. So he could make some very solid money in free agency. And this is no insult to him, but there's nobody out there that's paying him close to $9.4 million as what he will be getting, as he'll be making next year. His salary would be $9.4 million. Now he's opting into that player option. And so that's very smart by him. It'd be dumb if he opted out. Funny thing is, I was in the car when Shams Charania announced that this was happening, and I read it really quick. And I don't know, for some reason, I thought I was reading that he opted out. I'm like, what is the logic of opting out if you're not going to make that kind of money elsewhere? But he opted in. I looked back at like 30 seconds later. I'm like, oh no, he opted in. He's not dumb. But I think that this is solid for the Bucks. I think the Bucks have to figure out what they're going to do with this. Do you want to potentially trade away your second longest tenured Buck outside of Giannis? Who knows what kind of value he'll have, because you've got to take on. Sure, he's a great player that can be a great asset to the Milwaukee Bucks for their bench. For another team for their bench. Yeah, I think he could really help out, another team's bench and be a nice impact. But is it going to be enough of an impact for a guy that's making $9.4 million is the question. But so let me know your thoughts on the player option decision for Pat Connaughton in the comment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.